This is skill 3 and 26. It will be peri-care with changing a brief combined. So I will start with knocking on the door. I'll say, hey, Miss Claire, it's Peggy, your CNA. I'm going to do peri-care on you, okay? I'm going to wash your bottom and change that brief. So I'm going to go ahead and check her name band. And then I'm going to get my supplies, which I have already here. I have 5 washcloths, 1 towel, and I have my basin of water that I'll have her check. And she says, yep, that's good. We will be doing male and female in one swoop. And I'm going to go ahead and raise one of my side rails because she'll be turning on her side. And then I'm going to raise my bed to an appropriate level for me. I'm going to do my hand hygiene, which I would have done when I got my water. And at this point, I am ready. So what I'm going to do is,
The curtain.
oh, and I'm, thank you, close my curtain, thank you. I knew there was something in case you walk in my head. Okay. So now I'm going to unfold her blanket down to her knees and then pull her gown up to her just up to her abdomen. So this creates a window to work in, I think is how it's, not sure how it's worded, but that's essentially what it is, a window to work in. And what I'm going to do to take off her brief, I'm going to put on my gloves. I'm going to unfasten the fasteners away from me, and I'm going to tuck them under the opposite side. Then I'll unfasten the other ones. Those don't have to be tucked. I'm going to go ahead, lift the top, roll it into itself, and I'm going to ask Miss Claire to turn over. So she's going to go this way. I'm going to pull that brief out. And at this point, when I have removed the dirty brief, I'm going to provide for safety. I'm going to discard my brief. I'm going to do hand hygiene again and put on new gloves. I'm going to come back, new gloves. I'm going to start my peri-care. So, the trick to your peri-care is that you want one swipe, one part of your washcloth for each swipe that you do. So I keep them in my square. I'm going to add my soap. Rub it in. And so I keep it in the square because the end that has all the different end corners, I have 4 places to swipe with, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start with spreading her legs a little bit. I think it talks about putting their knees up, and there's not a lot of older people who can have their knees up and flailed apart and be comfortable at the same time. So I just spread their legs. I'm going to hold open the labia, and I'm going to do one swipe, and then I'm going to flip my corner. Do a second swipe, flip my corner, and my third. At this point, my soapy one is done. Now I'm going to, oh, I forgot to put my towel in, mercy. I'm going to put my towel under her hips, because when we do peri-care, we're going to end up doing her backside, so you want it to be in place for when you transition to that. Okay, so now I'm going to rinse, sorry about that. And you're going to do the exact same thing. You're going to do one swipe, flip, 2 swipes, flip, and 3. This is my rinse rag. I can use that as my next wash rag. So I'll put that back in my water. And now I'm going to pat dry. with different parts of the towel. Okay. Next, we're gonna do, and as we talked about in the bath with the abdominal folds and under the breast being areas for sometimes some growth or just infection or breakdown, the groin crease also is a hot spot for that, so we wanna make sure we're getting their groin creases. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my soap, and I'm gonna go, oh, and it's always front to back, and I forgot to say that in the beginning. So front to back, no matter which side you're on, what body part you're doing, it's always front to back. You don't wanna grab what's back here and bring it back up front, it will cause an infection. So, one, and then I'll flip. Here's my other groin, flip. And then I'm gonna go ahead and clean her thighs too. So there's one and two. So I flipped for each part. That's my wash, I can get rid of it. Now I'm gonna rinse. One groin, second flip. I'll have to do my thighs, flip, and four. It's my rinse one, I can keep it. And I'm gonna dry. Now this is the time when we're gonna insert the male body part, and all we do is just lay it right there. And we will clean the penis and the scrotum, but we're not gonna do the thigh and groin, which is part of the skill, but we already did that on this person. So I'm gonna go ahead and get soap. If the person is uncircumcised, you're gonna go ahead and pull back that foreskin very gently, because oftentimes there's sediment and things in there. So you're gonna go ahead and pull back your foreskin, and you're gonna go around the tip of the penis, and then you're gonna go around the shaft, flip, go around the shaft, flip, do one side of the scrotum, flip, and the other side. That was washed, so I can get rid of that. Here's my rinse. So again, you're gonna make sure you're getting it all clean under the foreskin, flip, shaft, rinse, flip, one side of the scrotum, and flip the other side. That's rinse, I can use that guy. So we're going to dry very gently. We're going to use a different part of the towel. And then once it's all dry, you're going to put that foreskin back up, or it will cause a lot of irritation for the male. So we're done with our male. At this point, we're going to ask Miss Claire if she can turn over. And now we'll get her backside. I'll readjust my towel a little bit. Get some soap. And I'm going to do front to back still. So this is still the front up here. So front to back, flip, do the other side, flip, and do the anal area. That's done. Here's my rinse. One side, flip, two sides, flip. And now I'm done, so I'll just get rid of it. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to dry her front to back. And I'm going to go ahead and pull out my towel. I'm going to take off my glove, provide for safety, and do hand hygiene, put on new gloves. I'm going to get rid of my towel, so holding it, put my new gloves, and replace her brief. The tab fasteners do go in the back. You want to line up the back, the top of her buttocks with the cotton piece of the breed so that it's not too high, because if it's too high, you're not gonna have enough in front. I'm gonna ask her to go ahead and lay back. Grab her other side over here and go ahead. Oh, I got too low. Fasten it up. Lower her, take down my sign rails. Is she comfortable? Yes, Miss Claire says she's comfortable. Here's your call bell if you need anything. And it's just like closing out any other water skill. I'm going to open my curtain. I'm going to take my water basin, I'm going to empty, rinse, dry. I'm going to do hand hygiene, remove my gloves, do hand hygiene. I'm going to take out my linen, do hand hygiene, record, report, skill complete.